Hey guys, welcome back to Vanderston Customs. Today we're going to be working on getting the Nova ready. We got some things we got to fix, some leaks and whatnot. As you can see, I got some help today. Yeah, so let's jump right into it. Kind of show you what's going on and what we're going to start with. Let's get after it. So it's pretty straightforward. We got two horseshoes on the back. We're gonna take these bolts off, take the driveline out. The biggest thing is going to be the transmission. Figuring out how I'm going to support that when I pull it. Because right now I do have a transmission jack. That might have to be the way we do it, but I don't have the big tall jacks to support it when I unbolt it, so we're going to figure that out. But for now, let's get this out. I just realized that this thing's in park, so we're probably going to have to drop it back down, put it in neutral. Everything else should be good. I got new fluids and everything. I probably should pull a trans pan off, put a filter in it, that kind of stuff. But this oil leak has kind of been my demise lately. It's kind of my big one that I'm having problems with. Might be wondering why I'm facing away from the camera. And that's mainly because I have him on my chest right now. And unfortunately, there's bad people on the internet. So I'm going to limit as much as I can of him being on camera. Really? What was you think about this right now? I'm missing the washer on that one. That's not funny. We need the washers. Another thing in this car I think I'm going to have to fix is the way the driveline sits in here. You got too long of a drive shaft. Insert joke there. Well, the helper had to go down for nap time, so we're gonna continue to fight this driveline and try to get this driveline out. It's too long. The driveline is just too long in this car, and obviously it worked in the car before. I haven't had issues with it, but we're definitely going to be changing this out. Hopefully this winter, get some money together, get a carbon put in here. But for the time being, we're just going to have to make do with what we got. There we go. Just like that. Come on. Well, be a bastard, don't you? Just be a bastard. There we go. All right. This is where the fun part begins. If you haven't ever seen these before, TikTok. They work fantastic. It's just a Milwaukee battery with a truck pod on it. But to be honest, I think I'm going to take the trans mount off, and then I'm going to use a ladder with something underneath it to hold it. It's going to be, I think, the best way to do this. Because I'm by myself, so I don't have all of the oomph to pick this thing up right now. So right now we're just draining out the old transmission. So when I pull the dipstick out, it's not going to just dump fluid everywhere. Yeah, we're going to just stand here and let this thing take a leak. And then I'm kind of just procrastinating at the moment, pulling this thing out. And what sucks is the brand new trans fluid. Someone probably got like 10 minutes of runtime on it. But, you know, it is what it is. We're just going to start the season fresh. All new stuff. I mean, it kind of works in my favor because I actually need to change the tranny pan gasket and filter and all that. So I guess, you know what? It doesn't hurt. It really doesn't. All right, decided to quit being lazy. My luck is I'd balance this on this freaking stand and then back into it, knock transmission on the floor. So I just broke my back carrying this thing in here. So we get this set up, get something around it to strap it, and we'll start taking everything apart. Slide this thing back a little bit, just enough to get the flywheel out, or flex plate, sorry. Bingo. She's out. Now we're going to put the nut back on the transmission mount before I lose it. The other ones I know where they go. So this one I just have a feeling I'm going to lose it in the washer. So, all right, now let's start taking bell housing bolts out, torque converter bolts, and go from there. So what I'm doing is putting a punch in one of the extra bolt holes I have in the flex plate. And I'm sure they make a tool to hold the flex plate. I just don't have one. So that's what we're going to do. And it's worked for a long time in the past. So take a pry bar. There's little spacers in here. Come on. I'm probably drop on the floor. Lose forever.
I lost it.
See, and that's what you don't want to do. Just forget that sucker's in there. I'm going to go ahead and just buzz the other two out, and then we'll start on the transmission bell housing bolts. And I'm going to leave the cooler lines attached. I think I can get enough room just pushing this thing back a little bit. So I'm going to start pulling these. That one wasn't even that tight. That's not good. You know, I think I'm actually going to put some blue Loctite on these when I put them back in, just to be sure they don't walk themselves loose. Now we're going to lift up on it a little bit. Come on, baby girl. Don't be fighting me like that now. I am confusion. That's loose. I'm going to drop this down a little bit. Not so much angulator on her. So when it comes loose, it just goes straight back. Oh, pop my shoulder. Oh, that's why. I did miss a bolt. Forgot about that one.
Everybody here is very proud of you.
I was going to say, man, this thing is pretty tight in there. Problem is I'm so short that my lift makes it so I can't see stuff. It's a blessing and a curse, I guess. That's sharp. Of course, it's the very, very top one. Do we even need that top bolt? Probably not. All right. Well, now that we're actually got all the bolts out for real this time, there's no more sneaky bolts. Sucker should just come straight back. Just like that. Something like, it's not going to be fun. I need to take those lines off. Dang it, I was hoping not to do that. Oh well, it's not that big of a deal. We're just going to lose some transmission fluid. That is all. This is what I was fighting. You can see those two AN lines for the cooler. Right there. They were stopping me from pulling it back. So let those drain for a second, and then we should be able to pull this thing back. Last time I had the tail shaft and the driveline hoop and had the front supported, and I had plenty of room to do it. So let's hope that's the case this time. With this, it'll be nice because we can actually drop it down quite a bit farther. So let's try that. So we got this thing in here. Come down. Down and back. Back and down. How's that going to work now? How did I do that last time? I don't like how much angles on that, but I don't think it's going to go anywhere. Put a little bit of pressure on it, just so it keeps that, pinches that bell housing against the floor. All right. So that should give us a little bit of room in here to do what we need to do. Yeah, you can see there, allegedly, at one point, I may have accidentally bumped this thing, something in there, and tweaked that. So don't do that. That was a big my bad on that part. We're going to go ahead and buzz all these bolts out and then get back there to that rear main and start taking stuff apart. Get ready to put the new one in. So get this ring out. Just stick that on the nose of that. Lose it. All right, that thing is free. You should just pop right off of here. Or kind of pop off. Oh yeah. See that or not? The plate is covered in oil. See that? Same with the back of the crank. This is all soaked in oil. So that might be our issue right there, is that I did not seal those. Hopefully that's the case. Make things a lot simpler. Anyways, let's buzz this off, pull this cover off, and then yeah, we get the new one, clean this all up real good, put the new cover on, and start putting it back together. Send it. All right, that's all off, so this thing should, in theory, just pop right off. Well, my camera died, but we got the new one in. Just got to put the bolts in, torque everything down. So yeah, this is a Dorman seal. The other one was orange chicken, not sure. So, you know, typical rear main install, nothing fancy. I used a brush, cleaned all the holes out, brake cleaned it, cleaned everything really well. So hopefully sealing these bolts, putting this flex plate back on, will solve the leaking issue. All right, got all the bolts back in. Everything's cleaned up. I got thread sealant / locker on the bolts. That should hopefully, fingers crossed, fix this issue. Basically, all we got to do now is start smacking it back together. I mean, that was it. So, good thing is this thing can dry for a little while before we even get to the point where we're going to start it. So, yeah, put the camera back up and start putting this thing back together.
I'm going to enjoy what happens next.
Okay, well, you're going to have to come back out of there now. Please. We're going to have to scooch it back just a little bit.
Oh, no.
Nope, nope, nope.
Oh no.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh no.
Uh-oh, now we're in a pickle. That want to pucker your butt.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Here you go. This whole thing needs to come this way. Like that. Oh, that was scary. Almost dropped the damn thing on the floor. Okay. Reposition this damn thing. This is why it's a lot easier to do this with two people. Now that took a lot out of me to do that. I'm already hurting unit today anyways. That was just the cherry on top. Let me just give her a couple taparoos. Like that. Okay. Let's try this again and not drop it on the floor. That would be ideal. I'm just trying to get the, there we go. Get the torque converter lined up. Or not. Might get a couple threads on this bad boy. We'll use that as a safety net. If she tries to get squirrely on us, something in there holding it. A little bit. Damn it. Well, that's just sick. My washer went right underneath my lift cover. That's cool. Jesus. Really? I remember this thing fighting me this bad last time. Oh, come on now. Really? See, right there is where you want to go home at. But you won't go home because of the Alpine. Now, why is that? Oh, that's why. I'm an idiot. Did this really just get any worse? There we go. All right. Look at that. Funk. Jesus Christ. Well, you're probably going to see it because I'll stand in the way. But the damn, one of the coil pack wiring bundles was inside the transmission, not above it. So,
what is this, amateur hour?
that's why we couldn't get it to sync. That makes a lot more sense now. Alright guys, thanks for watching. That's going to do it for part 1. Transmission's in, everything's back together. Just got to drop it down and fill it with fluid. Next video you're going to see, we got some front end work to do. And some rear meets and all that kind of stuff. So stay tuned.